What all goes into player development? I know I want to know, but I'm sure y'all want to know too. Let's talk about it. We're going to talk about it on 94 Feet of UNC.
Doherty to Black. The time, 18. Shot, Jordan! Michael Jordan!
Swicker with the defense and the rebound. That's a good effort by Swicker.
Stackout streaking in on Park. Rebound stuck is good, and he gets fouled by Park. Oh my goodness, what a dunk by Stackout.
I think that he brought him back so quickly, but you know what? They're down the it's very high-rising ability. And Green rips down the rebound in traffic. 4-on-1. Great job. What a terrific job in transition. I mean, you could.
The glass no good. Rebound followed by hands. No good. Carolina.
Inside 30 overall. Love, top of the key.
Alice, the bounce is over. Carolina. The Tar Heels have won the national championship.
And that is it. There is a new team in college basketball. North Carolina takes the title. Captain, any final. North Carolina is the 2009 national champion. And this year, the confetti is going to fall for North Carolina. They're not going to be denied this time.
What's up, everybody? It is Friday, October 4th. You are tuned in to the 94 Feet of UNC podcast. I am your host, Lindsay Graham. I got a special guest, of course, in the building with me today. But before we get into him introducing himself and everything, please make sure you like and subscribe and hit that notification bell on my YouTube channel so that you don't miss out on any content that I provide for you guys. Because like I always tell y'all, you never know who's going to stop in at the Zell Dome to chop it up with me, right? So make sure you make sure you definitely subscribe. I appreciate all the love and support from everybody. Make sure you hit me up on all my socials at 94 Feet of UNC on Instagram and on Twitter. You hit me up, I reply back. And we just gonna keep things rocking for sure. Also, got 94 Feet of UNC podcast merchandise coming soon. But in order for you to find out about free giveaways and contests and things like that, you got to be tuned in and tap in with me. Subscribe to the channel, follow me on my socials for sure, so that you don't miss nothing, right? So today, my special guest is Mr. Rod Williams himself. Rod, how are you, my guy?
My God, I appreciate it, man. I'm doing good, brother. I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on, man.
Absolutely. So, I mean, Rod, like, tell everybody about yourself. Well, before you do that, let me make sure I throw this out because I got to extend the hospitality. This is the Zell Dome. Everybody comes, chop it up. They come in, they kick their shoes off. They get a little comfortable or whatever. If you want something to drink, I got you, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. We're not here for a long time, but we're here for a good time. So
For sure.
get comfortable, my guy, for sure. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you stopping by, chopping it up with me. But yeah, let's get into it, man. Tell everybody about yourself.
Man, my name Coach Rod Williams. I'm a skill and development. I coach AAU for a living. So that's what I do, man. I train college and pros, high school, high-level high school guys, high-level middle school. Also on a brand called This What We Do. This What We Do is not just for basketball. That's for whatever. School, sports, whatever. Uniforms, whatever you want, man. This is what we do.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's dope. Like I've always wondered what goes into player development or whatever. So I got the right guy in here to talk to me about it and walk me through the whole process about everything to see what goes on for these players to become the top tier type of players that they probably want to be. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
and who better to talk to than my guy Rod, right? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we gonna get into it today. We gonna get into it for sure. So Rod, let's forward it and jump right on into it, man. Let me ask you, how did you get involved with like player development and everything?
I played D2 and I got hurt. So like my career ended, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to stay around basketball and like, as a point guard, point guard is like the extension of a coach. So like I had to learn the game. So now I just like, train other guys to get what they need to be, watch a lot of film on guys and, stuff like that. So I got into it just because my kids play and, stuff like that. I started training a lot of guys and it picked up and went from little elementary middle school kids to high level high school to college and pros now. So
Yeah, yeah.
within a 4 or 5 year span.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. So I know when we chopped it up before, a while ago or whatever, that you told me about some players and everything that you've worked with.
Yeah.
You wanna tell the people about some of the big name players that you've worked with, or how you want to do that, bro?
I mean, I can, man. Right now, last year I had DJ Burns from NC State. I had Ernest Ross he was at NC State, but he just transferred to Grambling State. Now I got Claude from Carolina. So I'm on both sides, man. I'm in the middle. I'm a State and Carolina fan. My mentor is Kareem Richardson. He's the associate head coach at NC State. So like, I'm plugged in. Just try to learn the knowledge. Watch a lot of film and study the game. My kid is one of the number one kids in 2028. So there's a lot of player development with that and stuff like that. So
Yeah, that's what's up. So as you all know, the big name that he mentioned or whatever, like this, I think this is what made me reach out to Rod or whatever and see what was going on. But he mentioned Claude, the big man, for the 6'8", 230, I think, something around there, whatever. Yeah, big solid guy from Georgia Tech that just committed to UNC. So we happy to have Ty for sure, man, and we can't wait to see, of course, what he does on the court this year. So I mean, what's it like working with Ty, man? What's it like?
Ty's a learner, man. His role is different from what he had at Georgia Tech, so he's gonna play like a hopper four. That means he's gonna get to extend his game, better shoot the ball, play out the pick and roll a little bit, pick and pop. So we've just been working on stuff like that. Not much back to the basketball. We have been working on bump fades and stuff like that. But Ty's super athletic. He's sneaky, bouncy. He can protect the rim. He's 6'8". So like I say, he's an undersized big. But I mean, we're just working right now. Mainly what we work on is his shooting and his ball handling. So he can get to the basket, get downhill, and be able to extend the game and shoot the tray.
Yeah,
shoot the
yeah,
ball. So
yeah,
that's gonna be big for him.
Yeah, that's gonna be huge because I mean, just watching tapes and things like that of his game from before. Like I remember last year when we played them down in Atlanta. Georgia Tech gave UNC their first loss in conference play,
Right.
or whatever. And Ty had a big game that game. Like he kind of pushed Mondo around a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't really appreciate. Yeah, I didn't appreciate it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't appreciate it at all being a UNC fan having to see that. But, hey, he made the right decision or whatever. He committed, a couple months ago, and now he's a Tar Heel for life, I guess you could say, because that's how we are as a family. And, Ty's got some amazing stats, bro. Like, I tell people all the time that don't know, ranked number 10 in the nation in offensive rebound. That's in the whole NCAA.
Right.
And then number one in the ACC.
Yes, for sure.
In front of the Armando Bacot, the DJ Burns, the Mark Mitchells, the Kyle Filipowskis, and the list just goes on and on. PJ Halls, everybody, right? So
right.
And was 8th in minutes on Georgia Tech's team. Like, that's huge. Because if you're 8th in minutes, 9 times out of 10, you might not be a starter. So if more so, I wasn't following Georgia Tech like that, but if you're coming off the bench and you're number 1 in the ACC when it comes to offensive rebounds and number 10 in the country, that says a lot about you.
That's that motor, man. He has a high motor. I ain't gonna lie. His motor is out of the world. He wants to get better. He's in the gym all the time. He's a gym rat for sure. Like I done got him out there to practice. Like he's like, hey yo, let's hit the gym. And he done worked out with his team for 2 hours, and now we're in there for another hour and 15.
See, I love that, bro. I love that. Determined and destined to be better. Like that's just what it's all about, bro. Like you and Ty's to be commended for that because a lot of players don't have that grit. I guess you could say. Like, a lot of these players, man, they go to teams or whatever, and they expecting handouts. But they, they don't want to put in the like the work to work for something and to even
Right.
try to even get better. Like they look for handout. And
Nah, he don't.
to hear
He
that
doesn't.
about to hear that about Ty, man, that's remarkable. And like I said, he's to be commended for that for sure, because it just shows his mentality, it shows the grit, it shows that he wants to get better as a player. And I mean, he's got the perfect opportunity, he's at the perfect school to do it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's just because I know Coach Davis he's gonna bring out the best of him for
Right.
sure. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, on top of what he already was, my thing was, I've always said, if you have that mindset to be an offensive rebounder like that, number 1 in the conference, number 10 in the country,
Yeah.
your mindset to me is like a Dennis Rodman. Like, it's more mental than it is
Yeah.
for physical, because Dennis Rodman used to always say, like, if the shot is being made or is being taken from the right side, then I'm gonna be on the left side, because 9 times out of 10 the ball is coming off
Yeah.
that way. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's the mentality, and I can definitely tell that Ty has that. And like I said, I can't wait to see what he brings for the team this year, man. I'm excited. It's gonna be a great season, and just looking for big things, man, for sure. So big shout out to Claude, man, for sure. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to
and
my
Ty,
boy.
if you listening, Ty, if you listening, you already know. You already know, my guy. You already know. So, but I ain't even gonna say nothing. I just leave it at that for sure. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. It's all good. So, Rod, let me ask you this: what is like your player development philosophy?
It just
Like,
depends on the
you know,
position for real. I just want to get them better at what they do. You know what I'm saying, and
mhm,
then work on the stuff that they don't do well. Because if they're good, like say for instance, like Todd's good at rebounding, so now what he wants to do become good at is shooting. So let's work on shooting and ball handling. You know what I'm saying? So I watch a lot of film on him, which he don't have much for Carolina. Well, he don't have nothing for Carolina, but the practice stuff. Uh, so we just work on the stuff that he wants to get better at, and that's why I do it. For my high level guys like college and pros, I'll always ask them what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I had Josh Hall, and I asked him what he wants to get better at, and he's like, "Coach, I can get downhill. I'm athletic. I can bounce, dunk on people. So I want to work on X, Y, Z." So that's what we do. That's what me and Claude. That's what me and Todd does. We just work on X, Y, and Z every day that he wants to do it, and then we switch it up weekly. You know what I'm saying? If he wants to work on back to the basket moves, we're gonna work on back to the basket. We want to work from the corner, we're gonna work from the corner. Like we do everything in repetition. So that's what we do.
yeah, yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy to say all of that, because, like I said, I've always wondered how that works. Like,
Yeah.
is it more so like, you know, because that's kind of like my third question that I wanted to ask you. Like, how do you keep up with like the industry type of news? But and I mean, of course, you can get more in depth to it if you want to or whatever. But you know, how to study in regards to like what a player does. Like, yeah, the player may tell you what they want to work on, but
Right.
you might have, if you've gotten the opportunity to develop them, then you might pick out some things
Yes.
and be able to present it to them as well. Like, hey,
Right.
well, hey, I watched some of your footage. I saw that you was doing this and this and that and the third.
Let's get
Let's
that
try
done.
this. Let's try that. Whatever the case may be. So, I guess that really did just flow right into my third question. Like, how
Yeah.
do you keep up with the industry news? And you know, how do you work with somebody like a DJ Burns? Like, because
Yeah.
DJ Burns, I mean, solid. He big. Big shout out to DJ Burns. You know what I'm saying? He's a state guy, but it is what it is. But you know, ho- what are things that you may have told him that, and what are some things that you may have told him that he didn't necessarily agree with? Like, how does that work? Like, because I'm sure
I
Not
mean, for
really
real,
head bumping, but I'm
yeah,
sure that
for real,
there could
for
be
real.
disagreement.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like, luckily and blessed, like, I haven't had where I bump head with my guys that I'm training because I show them on film. Like, it's not just me watching film and comes like, hey, yo, we need to do this. We show each other. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if I
Mhm.
come to Ty, like, hey, Ty, I seen you do this. It's not me. He sees it himself. You know what I'm saying? With
Right.
DJ, he just wanted to send his game. So that's why, we worked on that. We just worked on shooting for real with him. Like, it was nothing else that for him to be worked on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not saying it was perfect, but he had already had his bag and we wasn't gonna change what it was doing because it was working. So we just wanted to extend his game so for the pro level he can be
Mhm.
successful. So that's what we're doing with Todd. We just want to extend his game for the pro levels, and once we get film on Carolina, then we can go to, hey, we need to do this, we need to do that. But right now, we're just working on all the extensions and all the stuff that the hype is saying he can't do. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I've also wanted to know, like, I guess one of my questions would be, how do you get in touch with, like, the players or how do you end up with the opportunity for the players? Does the university reach out to you? Does
nah,
staff reach out to you?
nah,
Or, like, how does that work?
networking, man. You know what they say, it ain't about what you know, it's about who you know. You feel me? Like with Ty, he's with EZ, you know what I'm saying? And EZ my peoples. So they connected me with Ty. DJ, we just connected at an AAU tournament for real. And Rock Hill, South Carolina, where he's from. And he was in the gym shooting. We just chopped it up and he asked me, did I train? I told him, yeah. I asked him, did he mind me? You know what I'm saying? And he didn't mind. So like everybody working for each other, you know what I'm saying? Because it's all preparation. So ever since then, we just been locked in, and now with me and Ty. So if you notice, I don't really do a lot of guys at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I might get one or two guys in college this year
Mhm.
just because I want to focus on them. If you're doing numerous of people, then I can't, you know what I'm saying? It's just way too much. So I always get one person or two people and just stick with them. You know what I'm saying? So Ty's my guy this year and we're gonna rock it out. Last year DJ was my guy. We rocked it out. I got in with Ernest through DJ. So Ernest is Ernest Ross, he's West State. Him and DJ was really good friends and we connected with each other through DJ, and so DJ put me on to a lot of people, man. So I'm gonna shout him out for that. And then Ty's doing the same thing. So we're just trying to get better all around,
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I listen, man. Like I said, it's everybody that I bring on here. They all have incredible stories. Like,
no,
you
for
know what I'm
sure.
saying. Like, I'm a little up in age now, so I can't move like I used to or anything like that. But it
It's
is what
all
it
good.
is. But I mean, it's just remarkable and incredible stories that
No,
I've
for sure.
heard from alumni players to coaches to writers to podcasters to, I mean, the player developers, it's just so much. And a lot of things I've learned a lot over the past few months, just being able to be in this position to talk to so many
No,
different people in so many different levels, because a lot of people don't know what goes on behind the scene. They just
no,
see
that's the
what's
hard part.
on the top surface.
No, for
Yeah,
sure. I tell
like, you
people
know what
all
I'm
the time,
saying?
man. I tell people all the time, I'm not a trainer. I'm a developer. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to develop you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the hard part because you gotta really develop and you gotta really break down film. Like you really gotta study. You gotta study the film more than them because how you gonna tell them what to do if you haven't seen what they need to be worked on? So a
Right.
lot of film, man. A lot of film study. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I got you. I got you. So I gotta ask you this. Are you a Tar Heel fan?
nah, I am. But I'm gonna be honest. I gotta say this on here, bro. I like State and Carolina, but I definitely was a Carolina fan all my life. And then I met DJ. I became a State fan, and so I met Ty. So now I'm both because I can't leave
So
State
you
because my mentors, coach at State. So like, you know,
Yeah,
I'm in
I
I'm in
I
the, I'm
got
in
you.
the middle. I'm in the middle. I have and have, man. But I rock with both. I just know one thing. I
I
don't rock,
got
I
you.
don't rock with Duke.
That's for sure. Well, as long as you didn't say that, even though
Yeah,
we don't pretty much like the ones in red either, just as
yeah,
much as
no,
we
for
don't
sure. I
like the
get it.
ones in dark blue. So, but it is what it is. I guess that's what comes with the territory. Like,
No, for
I
sure.
mean, it's like you pick one, especially if you're in the triangle area,
And the
with
mix.
Duke, Carolina, and NC State. Like, I was just having a talk with some other guys. Like, listen, if you live in this area or if you move to this area, eventually you're going to become a fan of one
No,
of the
for
three,
sure.
because
No, for
you
sure.
have to. Like,
Even
you
if
know
you
what I'm
don't
saying?
like
Like, exactly. You can't just come in and be like, yeah, I'm from Texas and I'm a Longhorn fan. Like, everybody gonna look at you like, all right, well, you in North Carolina now, so like, which one is it? Like, you ain't
yeah,
got to really be a big fan of them, but
you
pick
got to
one.
pick one.
Like, like, yeah. So it is what it is. The reason why I asked that is because I wanted to know, because it's always been a dream of mine to play at UNC. Like, I've always wanted to put that jersey on, right? You know what
No,
I'm
for sure.
saying? So, and you know, just going to the games, just being in the Dean Dome is already breathless, I guess you could say, as a whole, as
Right.
itself, like, right. So I wanted to know, and I wanted to ask you, what is it like being on the Roy Williams court? Like, something that you might have grew up watching like your entire life or whatever, and now it's like, even though you're not a player, but you're on Roy Williams court, which is hard to do. It's hard to get on that court, man.
No, for
Just
sure.
just
It
get
definitely is.
on the court. Like, you
It's a
know what I'm
lot. It's a
saying?
lot
So
to get on it too. Like it's a lot of stuff you go behind. Like, you got to go through to get on it.
yeah. So I guess my question is, what does it feel like when you're on that court, man, practicing like that, and you just looking up, seeing all of the rafters and
Man,
the jerseys and all of the many accolades that UNC has given to their fans?
hey man, I ain't gonna lie. When I first got on the court,
Yeah.
I stopped like for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I stopped. So I coached at a JUCO last year, Fayetteville Tech Community College, and we played
Okay.
UNC JV, and we walked in there, and it was cool. It was cool. You know what I'm saying? It was dope. But when I came in
Yeah.
there with Ty to work, you know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, really? Here, like, you know what I'm saying? Because like my dream right now still is to be a D1. You know what I'm saying? Be on the staff as a skill and development as a D1 coach. So like,
Yeah.
I'm like, holy, like this real. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm on UNC. I done been in state. You know what I'm saying? But UNC was crazy to be on that court. You know, with a player, a high level player
Yeah.
that's gonna play a high level minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So it was pretty dope, man. It was a little emotional my first time just because I was super happy, like super excited like that. So it was dope. But man, every time I go in there, it's like it get better and better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I take some of the players on my team to come in and watch, like my younger kids, and they watch it. They feel the experience, like, you know what I'm saying? So they can
Yeah.
see what really goes on, like the stuff that they don't show on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Stuff they don't see on the highlights.
Right.
Like this is the, you know what I'm saying? So I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to like go to UNC this year to watch one of my players. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's different to go to a game to watch UNC because you're a fan, or to go to
Right.
NC State because you're a fan. Like when I walked in Phoenix last year to the Final Four, like I was emotional because my guy, one of my guys, DJ, was playing in the Final Four. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a different atmosphere. Then this year when I go to UNC games and see Top actually playing, like, dude, we in the gym together. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like different.
Yeah.
So it hits
Yeah.
a little different when you in that atmosphere and you on that side. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, them
Yeah.
boys just connect me for real, man. They be working for me too behind the scenes, trying to really get me where I want to be. So that's why I work with those guys. And like I said, I take my time. I don't get a lot of high level guys because I want to make sure I'm focused on the guys I got. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Yeah. And listen, man, like, one thing that I have learned being in this space that I'm in is it's all about building relationships.
nah, for
All
sure.
about building relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just a genuine guy at heart. Like, you know what I'm
Nah, for
saying?
sure.
Like, I'm always open to, if I can help somebody out in any kind of way, I'm always down to be able to do that. If if I can. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but when you're building those relationships, of course that builds your reputation, and look at the benefits that it gets you. Like, you're in the position to be able to tell people, like, listen, I went to Phoenix. I saw my guy, DJ on the court
Yeah.
playing for playing for a national championship, trying to get to the national championship. I watched that. I helped him. I helped develop him
No,
to
for sure.
be the person that he is today. Same thing with Ty. I'm here in the Dean Smith Center, something that I've grew up watching all my
No,
life,
no, for
and
sure.
the opportunity for me to even be here, something that I'm getting, something that a lot of people will never be able to get.
No, for
Like,
sure. It's a blessing, man. I ain't
that's
gonna lie.
just yeah, that's just
It's definitely a
incredible,
blessing.
bro. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Definitely.
Like, listen, hats off to you, man. Hats off
Appreciate you.
to you. You've gotten a little, you've gotten closer than well. You've gotten a chance to like kind of play on the court, I guess you could say, dribble the ball, put it in the hoop. I ain't
Yeah.
had that opportunity, but I did last year. I got the opportunity to actually step foot on the actual court itself.
That's
Like,
dope.
and that was just
That was good enough for you, man.
yeah, it was good enough for me. I mean, of course, I'd like to go a little further. I'd like to get out there just to take a ball and throw it up into the hoop or whatever. See, just to say, hey, I've shot in the
Not
Dean
on that
Smith
court, yeah.
Center, like, you know what I'm saying, on that floor. But
No, for sure.
hey, patience is a virtue. Hopefully, things will pay off for me in the
Hey,
future.
man,
You know what I'm
I'm learning that right now, bro. Like, I'm really learning that right now, being patient. I
saying?
waited a long time for this opportunity. And like I said, it ain't about what you know now, it's about who you know. And I could translate. It helps me with other stuff too, man, not just basketball, though. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's what's up, man. Like I said, hats off to you. Of course, congratulations to you for
thanks.
everything that all the hard work that you've already put in. You know, and if I can help you with anything, my guy, for sure. Like, you already know.
No,
You
for
already
sure. I
know what it
appreciate
is.
you, man.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Sorry
So,
I took so long, man, but you know how I be.
bro, it is what it is. It is what it is. No worries at all. Like, what is that we just said? Patience is the virtue. It's all about being patient, bro. Like, you know what
Yes,
I'm
sir.
saying? So it is what it is. I understand everybody got lives. You a busy guy, just like I'm a busy guy. Like,
No, for sure.
you know what I'm saying? Ty, he's a busy guy. Like, it's understandable. If anybody understands it, I totally get it and understand. Like, it is what it is. But it pays off in the end. And that's the
No,
best
for
part
sure.
about it all. Like, you know what I'm saying? So for sure though. But yeah, man, I support you for sure, man. Whatever you
Appreciate
got
it.
going on, man.
Salute, same,
Absolutely.
man. Vice versa.
Absolutely. I appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. So let me ask you this question here. What do you usually ask players to get better insight like about them? Like
I just want to
something that you might not know. Like, how do you
their
go
why.
about like doing all of that?
Their why, bro. You got to know why they're doing this because some people are doing it for fun. Some people are doing it to make it a livelihood to change their parents or family lives. Some people
Mhm.
do basketball just because it might be paying for school. You know what I'm saying? So like
Right.
that's what I ask them. I just ask them why they doing it. If their why is their reason. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how you train them. Because if you train them for them to get to the league, then you got to train them to get to the league. If you train them just to get to college, then you train them just to get to college. If you
Yeah.
train them just because he just hoop, it's because he hoop. You know what I'm saying? So I always make sure I know that why, bro. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
That's the work they don't see. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody knows their why besides them.
Right. Right.
So this
Y-
is just an easy, simple question. What's your why?
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, that's pretty cut and dry.
Yeah, just easy, bro. What's your why, man? That's it.
Yeah, it's pretty cut and dry. So I mean, like I said, I get it because, like you said, everybody's got different aspirations or whatever the case, different goals.
No, for sure,
So
man.
you got to, everybody is going to be different. So of course, you got to have that mentality on how to approach each
No,
player
for sure.
because
Yes.
each player is different.
It's
Like, you
different.
know
And
what I'm saying?
each they
So
have a different why. Yeah, that's why I
yeah,
just keep it simple, man. So
yeah,
but
yeah. So I gotta ask you, man. Let's fast forward it real quick because
okay.
I want to ask you, what are your expectations for this year's team with UNC?
They're pretty good at older. I mean, I really haven't seen them like play, but
Yeah.
I peeked in here and there. But I really just want to focus on my guy, man, for real, for real. Big
Yeah.
things coming for him. He's gonna have a chance. Y'all gonna see him shooting the ball, so be prepared for that. He's gonna be putting the ball on the floor, so it's gonna be fun, man. So it's gonna be a fun ride. So UNC fans, look out for my boy Ty Claude. He's to be the one to watch this year.
And you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I'm really
He's a
hoping that
sleeper
a lot
too.
of yeah, he is.
He's definitely a
He
sleeper.
is. But I gotta say, I'm hoping that a lot of people watch this episode for sure. For the main reason, because it has went around, and I've even said it on some of my previous shows. When it comes to Ty, it was more so like, because I would get a lot of questions on Instagram, on Twitter, and things like that. Like, what is Ty Claude bringing to the team this year?
Yeah.
So, of course, on the show, I would say things in regards to like, hey, he's bringing rebounding.
Stop
He's a
blocking. Yeah, I
big
got
body in the paint. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. But I will be the first to admit it. I did say things in regards to like, you know, he wasn't like a really big offensive type player. Like, when it comes to scoring or whatever. Like
yeah,
I've been telling a lot of fans, don't expect Ty to come out and give you 25 or whatever
yeah.
in a
I mean,
night
he's
like
still
that
not coming to
because
do that. No, he's still not coming to do that. He probably gonna be a 8 to 12 guy, 8 to 12 point guy.
yeah,
And it's
yeah.
gonna be better
And
though.
and yeah, and with you coming on saying all of this that, what he's been working on behind the scenes, as far as his jump shot, 3-point shooting, things like
Yeah.
that. I think that's uplifting for a lot of the Carolina fans that have been so
Doubting,
much
not
in
doubting, but
so,
yeah,
yes, so much in doubt because of the fact Carolina doesn't really have a legit big man this year like they're used to having every single year.
no, I get
So,
it.
yeah. So,
I
but
get
by
it.
you saying that, that's a relief.
No, for sure.
Like that's a relief for me because I didn't know that. I didn't know he was working on his jump shot and stuff like that or whatever.
No,
Like,
this is what we
you
work on,
see a
man.
few videos. Yeah, you see a few videos, but it's a basket here, there,
No, we
things
working,
like
working.
that. But yeah, that because and when I see the videos, it's like that's not really telling me if he's really working on the offensive game. It's just letting me know that he might have a jump shot and he's
Nah,
probably going to give you some points and bang in the paint. But
nah, he working
by
on
you
that. That's
saying
what we
that,
working on.
yeah, by you saying that's a big sense of relief, man. So like I said, I can't wait. The It's just going to be an exciting season, and like
No,
I always tell people, it's exciting already as a fan, but it's even more exciting when you're in this space because
no, for
now
sure, man.
I get to talk about it. I got to do shows, things like that or whatever. And I mean, Carolina is just Carolina. It's a passion of it's a passion of mine to be able to do this. I love the university, and I mean, it's go Heels, man, for sure.
For sure.
Like for this year. So looking forward to it, man. Big things coming for sure. So
No.
listen, Ty, I don't want to hold you up today, man, but let everybody know where they can find you at and everything, man. I mean,
Coach RW,
I'm sorry, I called you Ty.
you
Rod.
good? You're good. You're good. Coach RW
Yeah,
204 on Instagram, Twitter. So you can find me there, Coach RW 204. Hey, just remember, man, faith over fear. That's what we do.
that's my guy Rod Williams, everybody. That's Rod Williams in the all right, listen. Anytime you want to stop through, my guy. Like open invitation. You know what I'm saying? So
Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and like I said, if you got some things lined up, and if I can help you out in any kind of way, my guy, for sure. Like I got you. Just let me know. Just let me
I got
know.
you. Watch out for my boy Ty this
Absolutely,
year.
absolutely, absolutely. Up, that doorbell is going on, so I know what that means. Somebody's at the door for sure. Like you know what I'm saying. So of course I got to go and answer that. That's going to wrap up today's show, everybody. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. And make sure you follow Rod. Make sure you follow me on socials. And until then,